Morning, Tom Beal here at the halfway point of the morning walk. Beautiful morning, beautiful start to the day, and want to share some important information with you here. And I said in the text here that it's time to get raw. And what do I mean by that? It's time for some truth. It's time for cutting through the nonsense, the BS, the facade that you'll see and hear from so many online and from so many, encouraging you. Hey, you can do it. You can do it. Bottom line is, yes, you can do it. The reality is, are you ready to choose to do it? Right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't drown it. Here's what I'm going to say about this. The key to information products online is, if I can do it, you can do it. Well, here's the raw reality. I've been a national bicycle freestyle champion. I've been #1 in 5 separate sales organizations. I was the #1 honor man out of boot camp, United States Marine Corps boot camp, Parris Island, South Carolina. I was meritoriously promoted 3 times while in the United States Marine Corps. I went to the all-Marine wrestling tryouts while in the Marine Corps. I was propositioned by the Marine Corps to go to what they call MESEP, Marine Enlisted Commissioning Program. They pull you out of the enlisted ranks, send you to college, and bring you back to officer school, and then you come back as an officer. And then since then, teamed up with Mike Filsaime, worked with Rich Sheffer, helped produce, $30+ million of revenue for those companies, and have had participation in ridiculously larger numbers of multiple friends who've also produced ridiculous numbers online. And the bottom line is, can anyone do it? The answer is hell no. Good luck. Go try to do any of that and see how difficult and challenging it is. Now, I'm saying this not to diminish hopes. I'm saying the reality. A lot of people want the results and aren't willing to do the work. You know what it took to be the national champion? Besides the cuts, the scrapes, the bangs from the pedals spinning around, me falling off the bike, it took tens of hours of practice. 10+ hours a day for years, from coming from that novice to the intermediate to the expert level. You know what it took to be #1 in 5 separate sales organizations? It took burning the midnight oil, fine-tuning my craft, reading, studying, attending live events, learning from the best on how to enrich and enhance my capabilities. You know what it took to be the #1 honor graduate from United States Marine Corps boot camp? Perseverance, determination, going the extra mile, being that leader that inspired the rest of the platoon to do the work, to give their best, and be willing for me to pay the price when they messed up, right? That's 1 out of 83 in that particular instance. In the sales organizations, 1 out of hundreds. In wrestling, there were 2 people from the whole base of Cherry Point, North Carolina, that went to the all-Marine wrestling tryouts. One of them was Lieutenant Antonelli, the other was myself. We both went there. He ended up staying there and ended up becoming the coach for the wrestling team. He was the star from the Naval Academy. Of course he was going to go, but he was my wrestling partner, and we went together from Cherry Point, 2 out of a whole base. Like, the odds are highly, highly stacked against anyone else doing it. It takes massive commitment, massive determination. And what did it take to be that top-level wrestler? Years and years and years of putting forward the effort that very few would. The reason I beat people and had my arm raised and beat people who were undefeated, because no one trained as hard as I did. What did it take to produce the tens of millions of results? Everyone wanted the results that Mike Filsaime and I were attaining. No one wanted to put the work in that we were doing. And looking back, we were in a workaholic mode. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not the best interest for your health and relationships. But you've got to show up, as Paul says there. So all I'm saying in the beginning, yes, everyone wants the results. The reason that the people are at the top is they're putting in the work that very few want to or are willing to do. So that's bridging the gap of back in the day when I first got in, you're like, okay, you got to train people that if I can do it, you can do it. Well, the reality is, good freaking luck. Because what I did is freaking impossible for most every human being. That's just the facts. However, I had to deconstruct that. And that's where the events of September 11th, 2001, I actually pulled over on the side of the road and started to answer some of the questions that people had been posing to me. Tom, how do you do it? You get into something and very soon you're at the top. How do you do it? And I was unconsciously competent. at the point. I just did what I did, and I thought others did that too, but then I would quickly rise to the top and others wouldn't, and I recognized I would do the work that most wouldn't. So I had to deconstruct that. And when I was on the side of the road in 2001 listening to the towers collapse, my sister was on the phone telling me about that. I said, you know what, it's time to transition from being that person who just comes up with, well, I guess I'm lucky, you know, it's right place, right time, to say, you know what, how do I do this? And deconstruct, how do I get into something and not know anything to then be at the very top in very short order. So I created a process. Then in 2001, I started attending live events. I attended live events prior to that. I started hosting live events and training people on my 5-step success magnet system. There's 5 steps that led from me being that new person to being the expert in record time. And I constructed it, took it from the unconscious competence to the conscious competence level, and began training in 2001. And since then have been fortunate to impact thousands and thousands of lives throughout the world when they learn the 5-step success magnet system, can proactively put that into saying, here's the dream, here's the desired outcome that I have. I'm going to follow these 5 steps, and in short order, it's just a matter of time before that becomes a reality. So I share those 5 steps inside my app, The Simplifier. You can go get it, and inside The Simplifier, go to thesimplifier.com. It's an iOS, it's an Android app. Inside the app, in the courses, there's a course that's a $5,000 course that me and my business partner at the time, Mike Filsaime, hosted an event. There were roughly 300 people paid $5,000 each to be in attendance. I give that to you for free. We went on after that live event to sell all these recordings for $500 a piece, and it went on to be a $1 million plus launch. That's a free gift in there. When you click inside the app, go to thesimplifier.com, register. When you get the app, go inside there, and there is the $5,000 free event. And the training that I give in there is exactly what I gave at that event for $5,000 that still to this day has actually, one comes to mind. There's a friend who said, you know what, I saw that from the recordings. That inspired me. When they were severely in debt and ready to throw in the towel of being an entrepreneur, they said, you know what, I get it. If Tom can do it, because this is the bottom line. I deconstructed it from being unconsciously competent to being consciously competent in training to where you can replicate, if you're willing to do the work, the amazing results that I've attained. And he said, you know what, if Tom can do it, I can do it. And that's what's in there, and that's what shows you the secrets of the 5-step success magnet system. And go to thesimplifier.com, get it. If you already have it, just go to the courses tab and go to the 7-figure code. And the 7-figure code, look for the presentation I give, and that's where I share the 5-step success magnet system. It's a $5,000 free gift, my gift to you to help unlock 2019 to be your best year yet. All right, we got to finish the walk home. Great chatting with you. I will talk with you soon. Make today great. Well, actually, Paul is here. Most, like you said, won't show up and get the rewards. Work the process, take action, revise later, and execute. Thanks for sharing this. Absolutely. And Mark Roth, hey Tom, good stuff. Mark, long time, no talk. We need to connect, my friend. Have great memories of you coming visiting the office in, 06 in Long Island with me and Mike. So good to see you, man. You're definitely making a great contribution to the world with all you do. Appreciate you. And go make it happen. This is the foundation for 2019 being your best year yet. Go get the Simplifier, access the $5,000 free gift, learn my 5-step success magnet system to show how you can, when you're clear on what you want as your desired outcome, as your goal, as your dream, put these 5 steps to work for you proactively, and it's just a matter of time. The law of sowing and reaping kicks in. It becomes a reality. I'll talk with you soon. Until then, make today great.